Hi everyone, and welcome to our TED Talk for the Buddy Dispatch Project. I'm Ayat.
And I'm Sam. So the problem. With the rise of the pandemic, both Ayat and I had found ourselves longing for a new way to communicate and connect with each other and our other friends. Things like texting or even FaceTiming were just not cutting it out, and this led to a significant decrease in social communications and even a decrease in how meaningful our conversations were. Because of this, we began to feel isolated from our peers, and as a result, our mental health worsened.
So, we're going to start by explaining what the Buddy Dispatch is. So, as a participant of the program, you will be paired up with someone who will become your buddy. Participants of the program write letters to each other as often as they wish, but every other week, Sam and I host a live session in which we have a discussion topic of the week. The topic gives participants an opportunity to express their opinions and allow them to have thoughtful conversations with their buddy and also reflect on their own thoughts. In each session, we also do activities related to the topic of the week to get people into the right mindset for a discussion. And we also have an idea for a craft or an artistic project for buddies to send to each other related to that week's theme, because some people are better at expressing themselves creatively.
So writing a letter to someone that you don't know is a great way to express your thoughts and feelings without the fear of being judged. Letter writing can also be used as a therapeutic outlet, and it's a fun way to practice your writing skills. In the midst of this pandemic, it's also a great way to safely make a new friend. The meaningful conversations that our participants have with their buddy through this program is sure to form a lasting relationship that they can keep in touch with beyond the program.
During the pandemic, there has been a significant decrease in social communications between our peers. And because of distance learning, we are constantly staring at screens all day, whether we are in class, doing homework, or talking to friends. This leads to a significant disconnect between our peers, and writing letters to each other by hand helps to bring back a more personal connection with our peers while allowing us to step away from our screens for a little bit of time. Furthermore, the pandemic has brought us all a lot of stress and anxiety, with very few outlets for us to share our thoughts and feelings in a safe and non-judgmental way. By writing letters and creating crafts, we are able to self-reflect on ourselves, share our thoughts, and become more empathetic and compassionate to others and their stories.
Lately, we have seen a lot of polarization in the media, and people are very unwilling to listen to or accept opinions that differ from theirs. By giving our participants discussion topics that push them to express their own opinions on important matters, we give them the opportunity to gain some perspective by listening to another point of view from someone and also respond in a mature way. It shows them that close friendships can still be built despite having a difference in opinions or matters.
So, this is our mission statement for the project. The Buddy Dispatch is designed to make lasting friendships through the lost art of letter writing. By connecting students with each other, we hope that members will gain perspective and have meaningful conversation. These letters will be a therapeutic outlet for members to express their feelings and share their thoughts in a judgment-free zone.
And to also show a few of the other benefits that comes with letter writing, we have a few points on our website. So letter writing hones reading and writing skills, and it also teaches patience, because you can't just send an instantaneous message like you do through your phones. You have to wait for your message to be sent, and you have to wait for them to write back to you. Also, reading about someone else's thoughts and experiences allows one to gain perspective. And again, it can be much easier to express your thoughts and feelings to someone who is unfamiliar. And in this way, letter writing can be very therapeutic. And lastly, you are able to make a lasting friendship with someone that you have never met just through letter writing. So in this image, we sort of made a collage of a few of our favorite crafts that our participants have made. So these were all sort of related to our topic of the week. So for the example, the first one was about conspiracy theories. The second one was about food. And the one on the very bottom was about our ideal lives.
So since the time we started, Sam and I have hosted 15 sessions, and our community has grown to over 60 participants with over 400 letters sent between our participants. Now we're going to give you a few examples of some of the discussion topics that we have gone over in some of our sessions. Okay, so on our website, we have a tab where we keep pre-recorded videos of all of our live sessions in case participants want to go back and refer to them again, or in case they missed the session. And so one example of this is from week 7, where we talked about our labels. So we talked about all of the different labels that we put ourselves in and how these labels can affect who we are and who we can become in the future. And this was the week right before Thanksgiving, so we also sent each other some of our favorite Thanksgiving recipes. Another topic that we recently did was on our regrets. We talked about how we all have our own regrets, but how they affect our personal lives. And we talked about, if given the opportunity, if we would go back in time and try to fix our mistakes. And we also did a fun activity on Mentimeter where we anonymously talked about things we wish we could have done or if only we could have done. And it was a great way to get the discussion started.
Members of our community who are feeling isolated during this stressful time were able to connect with another individual going through the exact same thing and express their emotions to someone and have them listen and respond. They were able to discuss important and thought-provoking subjects that gave them perspective on certain topics and also served as fun conversation starters that eventually evolved into a closer and more meaningful relationships. We have over 60 members of our project, all of which have made a new friend and got to participate in an experience that made this time of isolation a bit more bearable.
We have also done some collaborations with other CAST projects from people in our cohort. We teamed up with Food Friends with Kiara and Miguel to educate our participants on the food insecurity crisis in the San Fernando Valley, and we discussed what food meant to us. We also teamed up with Helping Hand with Jasmine, Sophia, and Shayla to raise awareness about mental health, and we also were able to give our participants the opportunity to talk about their own mental health with their buddies.
Along with that, we also hosted a few teen council presentations at the Los Angeles Library, different branches. And so this presentation was about just a few tips on starting their own teen-led project, just like the Buddy Dispatch project. And so we gave them tips on how to find an idea, how to get started, what resources they might need, and just ways to improve their project. And these are ways that we have experienced and we have learned. And we wanted to share this with others so that a lot more people could create projects just like the Buddy Dispatch and have the same benefits that we were able to have from this project. And so on the right is a little screenshot of one of our sessions. And we also did another Menti activity where we had them submit a few of their ideas that they would like to start for their own project at the library.
As we continue to grow as a society, technology becomes more prominent as well, and we find ourselves even more isolated because of it. Finding time away from technology as a result becomes even more difficult. By continuing letter writing as a form of communication, we can take a step back from technology and find deeper ways to connect with others. Writing letters isn't meant to change the world, but instead to change and improve on ourselves and our relationships.
So some final thoughts. This project not only brought us, Ayat and I, closer as we were making these lesson plans and writing to each other as well as pen pals, but it also created many new friendships and hopefully lasting relationships. It helped us realize that it's difficult to have a meaningful conversation through a screen, and despite what many believe, letter writing may actually be the most effective way of communicating, as it truly allows for connections to be created and fosters meaningful conversations in a way that no other method of communication allows.
Thank you so much for listening.